Okie dokie. So I'm just relaunching DCS now.
Sounds good. And I've put on push to talk now, so if I if you don't hear from me, it means I've forgotten.
I don't mind you being on Vox. In fact, I could set that myself.
Okay. I started my live stream, so if you just hear me chatting to random, it's probably my Twitch chat.
Yeah, hey, that's no problem. We are crossing the streams.
Like they told us not to do in Ghostbusters. But we're rebels without a
What
cause. We'll do whatever.
What could possibly go wrong? Wow. Just as I paused my stream in order to reload this, I've got 10 people watching. That's insane. So whenever I've got more people watching than I've ever had, they're all watching a black screen.
Oh, please stand by. We're experiencing technical difficulties. That sounds like a YouTube problem.
No, I paused the stream while I'm relaunching DCS just to make it more stable.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Because if I come out of one server and straight into another, I find it's as stable as a house of cards in a hurricane.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Cool, connecting to 104th now.
Roger that.
Any preference on airframe that you want to take?
None whatsoever. I will leave it to you.
Oh dear. I've yet to fire a round in anger on the KA-50 yet, so I think that's maybe the way forward.
Okay.
Unless you fancy the A-10 or the MiG-21 or...
I'm fine with whatever. I am on blue and a KA-50.
I'm staring at my loading screen.
Duly noted.
No, but I mean, the reason I started kind of doing YouTube videos really was just to try and kind of raise awareness of DCS, I suppose. I mean, it's something I've been flying for a very, very long time. It's something I really enjoy, and I don't know. I just thought, you know, if some random person watches one of my videos and goes, "Hey, you know, I kind of fancy giving that a go," then for me that's a win, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Anything we can do to help expose our favorite sim.
Yeah, well, I mean, with sims like this, they need publicity, you know, to kind of get it out there, because I suppose with newer generations as well, they're probably not really kind of fully aware of what is out there and what they can accomplish, you know.
Yeah, it's so niche that it almost doesn't market itself well enough.
I mean, you know, when you turn to people, I mean, I talk to people about it when I'm at work and places like that, and I'm like, well, you know, it's a game, but it's as close as you can get to sitting in a real freaking thing without moving about, you know. But I don't think some people quite realize how accurately these are, you know, kind of represented in the game.
Yeah, I have a buddy who has been flying the flanker with me for a while, and I just got him to purchase the Dora on the sale.
Okay.
Which is he plays a lot of War Thunder, and he does YouTube too, so that's his favorite aircraft. And he said it was basically a whole new world for him, which is it says a lot about the
That is really
the
cool.
quality of the aircraft.
I mean, I've tried playing War Thunder, but it's just, I don't know. Maybe I just need to spend more time with it, but I don't know. I struggle with it, I suppose.
Yeah, it's got its own set of quirks and idiosyncrasies for sure.
So I'm just waiting on my computer loading up the sim here. I suppose I'm kind of in cockpit, but all I'm staring at is a black screen at the moment, so it'll probably take about a minute or so, and then it should load in all of the textures and things like that, and then I'll be good to go.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Unless I get a message up that says, DCSs, stop responding because your computer's shit.
Does that happen a whole lot?
Yeah. I had a really nice computer. It cost me a few £1,000, you know, probably about $3,000 plus. But then it decided to go and cook itself, and it never really kind of worked properly after that. And then eventually the graphics card blew up and the RAM modules failed, and at the time I was unemployed, so I had to go and buy myself a budget box, which I'm still using now. So I still have the will to kind of play these games and you know, play them with nice textures and things like this, but my computer kind of turns around and says, no, you're just not going to do it. Don't even try.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are in the situation of they'd really like to upgrade, but the current DCS, what have you, environment just doesn't support modern hardware as well as it should. So a lot of people I know are just waiting for DCS 2 to finally drop.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I'm really looking forward to it, but in another way, I'm kind of panicking, thinking, is my computer going to be able to run it?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, I think my DCS has stopped responding. Okay. Fun. So I'm gonna kill it and then try and bring it back up. It's just not loading textures. It's not doing anything at the moment.
All right. Well, I will be sitting here patiently then.
I am sorry about this, buddy.
No. Don't worry. I am more than used to my fair share of bullshit and what do you call it, crashes and things like that. So
yeah, and it's
don't sweat. I mean, it's what happens when you have an older piece of software like this.
Yeah, I mean, when I try running DCS, you know, just when I want to play myself, you know, and not kind of have to commentate and do things like that, then it works perfect. You know, it never has a hiccup. But whenever you're trying to record a video or
the second you want to do something other than play single player.
Yeah, and it just starts. It's like a baby that's just thrown its dummy out the pram and it's jumping up and down and thinking, nah, you're just not going to let me do anything today. I suppose this is when you really want YouTube to start paying you.
Yeah, paying me for game crashes and other things like that.
Yeah.
If I had a nickel for every time DCS wouldn't work, I'd be Richard Branson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and alt tabbing DCS just utterly sucks.
It does. It causes major memory leaks and things like that. But and if you try running it windowed mode, then you can say goodbye to half your frames as well.
Oh yeah. And that's why it doesn't even support windowed out of the box. It's a sort of a backdoor hack.
Yeah.
I gotta say, my favorite thing about DCS though is when you just look around and, or like after you alt tab and you see all the textures load in like they weren't doing before.
Pop up.
Like
yeah.
they don't load in until you look there. I find that pretty funny.
Oh, good. The 104th is full, but I'll give this a few seconds. A slot will probably come open. It usually does. Mind you, my ping's gone down. It's now 150, so I'm probably somewhere within the reasonable limits.
Yeah, I'd say. There's a guy here with 216 ping, and he's not gone, so...
I'll give it 30 seconds. I'll probably take a slot.
Right on. I will tell you the second someone leaves.
That's awesome. Thanks. I suppose that's the thing when you have such a popular server. It's just getting actually into the thing.
Yeah. I think it's almost doubled in popularity since they doubled the number of slots that they had. I remember when it was like 25 slots maximum.
Yeah.
And it's been interesting to see it go from, you know, the most popular server with, it's like an exclusive club with 7 seats in it, and then suddenly they double the capacity and then everybody else wants in.
Yeah. When I was in the VVS 504, this was with Lock-On a good few years ago. We had a
someone left.
Yeah, I'm just joining now.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a dedicated server of our own, and that was incredibly popular. You know, we had like 30 to 40 plays a night on that, which was awesome at the time.
Yeah, that sounds like something I would be interested in joining, or like putting together. The most I've ever done something like that would be sometimes the Hoggett community gets together and does some big missions.
Ekran is ready.
But the one time I did it, the mission, for whatever reason, just totally crashed. None of the weapons were coming off the rails, none of the scripting seemed to work. It was just a bad time. But, I think the closest I've ever done to that is in Arma 3 actually. I joined like a sort of a recruiting night for a community with, you know, one of those realistic communities with all the mods running, so like the radio mods, things like that.
Yeah.
And that was fun. And then I had to leave for a week and a half, and I got back to the TeamSpeak, and it had disappeared. The community was just vaporized into thin air. I found that.
Okay, I'm in, and I'll just race through a startup here, and then we'll be good to go.
Okay, sounds good. I've only just realized that since my rear menu's in the top left corner, I can't actually get more gas. Or more cannon ammo. I might have to disconnect and come back in. In fact, yeah, it shouldn't take very long. I'm running an SSD, so.
Cool. My hard drive spins about once an hour.
It's like a big old windmill.
Yeah. Quite literally. In fact, I don't think it's a disc inside there. It's like an old record player.
It's one of those old 33 instead of a 45.
Yeah. the big one.
Yeah. I found this interesting bug where if you Alt-Tab and tab back in, if you don't have HDR on, your sun disappears.
That's an interesting one. Yeah. I'm trying to look where the sun would be, actually. I can't see the sun.
And it's gone.
Nice. Okay, I am ready to fly. I'm green across the board here and good to go.
Alrighty. I think I had a an error joining. There was a slot open, but it seems somebody beat me to it.
Dang it. I suppose I'll keep the panel and wait for you.
Should be good. Now, loading ground objects, please wait, and we're in.
Ah, you're entering. Awesome. I love it.
Gotta love solid state.
Just for a second I thought I heard that you're gonna love Solid Snake. I was like, yeah, I like MGS too.
Yeah, he's a decent character.
David Hayter.
Okay, and my rear arm menu is in the center of my screen, thank God.
Woo! And we're in the blackest of black sharks.
Request rearming. Copy.
Good old United States Army.
The sweetest smelling army in the world.
According to whom?
Oh. It's a movie reference. No. Good Morning Vietnam. Robin Williams.
I've heard of it, I haven't seen it.
Oh wow. Honestly, if you want to wet yourself laughing, and then have an emotional roller coaster ride, watch Good Morning Vietnam. Brilliant, brilliant film.
I'll have to check it out. Alright, I am going through this startup as fast as I humanly can. Flicking all the switches. Pushing all the buttons.
You see the name of that player that I just got to kill.
One crap pilot. Yeah, he must be. He's awful. We don't like him.
At least
around
he's
here.
honest. That's interesting. Do you use the UB-13 rockets, do you?
I've actually got the gun pods on right now.
Oh, right, okay. UPK-23s or whatever, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Check all parameters. Main transmission. Check all parameters. Main transmission. Watch ekran. Watch ekran. Watch ekran. Watch ekran.
You have to love how stable this thing is in Hover.
It's a marvel of engineering. Whoever designed this clearly knew what they were doing.
Yeah. I suppose that's one thing with Russians. They take something, make it overly complex, and make it seem quite simple or antiquated.
So it makes some very strange looking aircraft. The Ka-26, I think, is a Russian Navy helicraft. Helicraft. What am I saying?
Is that the Hormo?
I think it's called a Helix.
It's the Helix, yeah.
Very, very strange looking.
That's a coaxial with like a bubble for a body, isn't it?
Yeah. It's pretty bizarre.
Yeah, I keep getting those mixed up, Helix and the Hormo.
I think I had a false start with my number 2 engine.
That sucks. And it's 50-50 whether the thing will actually restart again or not.
Yeah. I even put it on the false start mode and it's just not going. Come on. Come on, old girl. There's gotta be a way to just like force it to go.
Give it some vodka. That's how I usually make a Russian work.
That's how the MiG-21 radar works, isn't it? Just
it is, absolutely, yeah.
supply
Alcohol
vodka.
cooled. Oh, you got the fresh one.
Yep. Well, this one should work much better.
Request surrounding. Copy.
Oh, and I've been kicked out of my aircraft for some reason.
I was just wondering why you disappeared there. That's not fun.
I don't know, it's one of those strange hiccups that only happens in multiplayer.
You have to love multiplayer.
Yeah.
Request surrounding. Copy.
It was random just as I touched down as well. Literally as soon as I just got my boots on the ground and disappeared.
I'll blame you then.
Yes.
It's all your fault, Smudge.
Just as I was hovering there, or coming down to land, I had the pitch hold, bank hold, and heading hold. Now I turned off the altitude hold. As soon as my wheels touched the ground there, the altitude hold came on and the other three went off. Weird.
Rearming complete.
Strange how it does that. I don't think the altitude hold will let you descend to the ground. There's a, you know that switch for descending in a hover?
Yeah, you can do it, but you just kind of have to override, you know, like reduce it beyond a certain amount of power, and then it'll start to descend or climb.
Gotcha.
Check all parameters.
But you're right.
Main transmission. Check all parameters. Main transmission. Watch ekran.
Down slightly.
Watch ekran. Watch ekran. Watch ekran.
Watch ekran. Alright, I'm watching it.
That's weird. Even though I've got my ekran turned on, she doesn't talk to me. Maybe she just doesn't like me.
I think it has to do with the order in which you do it. But
Yeah.
if your ekran is yelling at you, then something is seriously wrong.
Yeah, I lot of you just got a pissed off Betty. This guy's flying along just dumping chaff and flares. Or taxiing along dumping chaff and flares.
Wonder if he's going to try a taxiway takeoff.
He's not going to make it if he is. He's going far too slow there, but he's going faster than what he should be on a taxiway anyway. If he tries turning now, he's going to roll it over.
Yeah, that new flight model really crashed a lot of F-15s in the early day.
People are just not ready for it.
People not ready for physics.
Oh no, we've only got 3.5 hours until the server restarts.
Oh no. Whatever shall we do?
Well, let's go kill something.
Yes, indeed. Let's
By your lead.
before my before my ekran kicks me out of my cockpit again. Okay, so you are on Wingman 2, you said?
I am on Wingman 2, that's right.
Okay. And if I go nav...
And I've got you on screen.
Okie doke. I'm dialing in waypoint 1, getting my countermeasures good to go.
On
And
221, wasn't it?
Yep. And I believe I am good.
Awesome. And I'm good to go too.
I'll let you lead the way.
Archie, thank you.
You are senior officer.
Debatable.
So you said you were in the Air Force? Were you a pilot?
Wasn't a pilot. I actually worked in kind of logistics. Kind of more along the lines of supplying aircraft with what they needed to stay airborne, and they also do things like fuels and things like that. Give it a bit like Walmart for aircraft.
So you kept them supplied with what they needed.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do it.
Well, it was, you know, it's a good trade. It's a lot of fun, you know, and I took a lot from it. But I did get opportunities to fly, you know, kind of gliding and small aircraft flying, and I actually managed to get into a full-on proper simulator a few times as well, which was quite a cool experience.
Yeah, that must have been.
I think the biggest thing that kind of strikes you is how close everything is. You know, it's sort of like the perspective. Your face is pretty much pressed up against the hood. You know, and all of the gauges are you know, well within kind of touching. You know, kind of. Yeah, you know, it's not like if it was the perspective as, you know, yeah. How to word it without sounding like an idiot. If you were to have the same sort of POV in DCS as what you did in real life, the only thing that would fill your vision would be the hood.
Really? It's that close?
Yeah, it really is.
What were you in the simulator for?
Say again, sorry?
What simulator were you in?
Tornado S3.
That's some cool stuff.
It's not bad. I did a detachment out in Hungary back in, it would have been 2005, so quite some time ago. And I managed to kind of play about with a MiG-29 there as well, which was a really cool experience.
Yeah, from what I've heard, the and seen to some extent. The Russian aircraft, especially fighter aircraft philosophy, is just way different than anything we have in the West. And that sort of influences the design, the cockpit, the whole engagement tactics, everything.
Yeah. I mean, everything's very kind of steam-driven with Russian aircraft, you know.
Yeah, it's got to be basic and it's got to work in anything from, 30 degrees C to negative 40 degrees C.
I mean, I love the whole story of, was it the MiG-31 of Foxbat? You know, and that it had kind of like the West shitting itself for so many years. You know, they were so scared of kind of what this new aircraft was capable of, and it's like top speed and advanced avionics. And then when they eventually managed to get their hands on one, it was like, this is a real piece of crap.
Yeah, and we built a whole aircraft just to counter it, or at
Which
least
was the
F-15. Yeah.
Which
so we designed the best fighter aircraft in the world to defeat the, at the time, thought best fighter aircraft in the world, and turns out it's a piece of crap. It's a pile of junk.
Which is awesome.
Which is fine by us, because we still have the best fighter aircraft in the world.
Well, yeah, I suppose so. I think with the advancements like the F-22 and things like that, the F-15 is starting to show its age.
Yeah, for sure. But, I mean, the fact that it's never had a combat loss in its entire service record, that's pretty staggering.
That is quite true. Because I've got this set to radar altitude hold. Mm-hmm. All of the buildings are making its way up and down.
Yeah, because they screwed the radar. It's that DCS attention to detail that I love.
It is brilliant. So I've stuck that in a barometric hold now anyway, so that should stabilize.
Yeah, just make sure you don't hit a hill or a building on your way too. That can't be right. What's that?
I just flew over those chimney stacks back there,
mm-hmm.
and then as I went over them, the aircraft got turned as though kind of hot air, but it must be something else.
Yeah, that doesn't seem legitimate.
Well, the fact that the model thermal dynamics, I think that'd be a bit too much.
Yeah, the frame rate's already low. We would need all the horsepower we can get. I'll see if I can manage the same thing. Yeah, no, I didn't get any buffering or buffeting or anything. It's not every day you see fog in DCS.
Yeah, you get it quite early in the mornings. It kind of comes on with default weather. Just gonna have to start climbing up or start to make some maneuvers here anyway.
If you zoom into your 11 o'clock, just before the canopy starts in the left-hand window, you'll see an F-15 fly by. Somewhere. I just saw him fly by.
What, low altitude?
No, he's a little ways above us. If you look in the front dash now, he's just above the left-hand HUD post. You might have to zoom all the way in.
Blind, can't see him, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I was just looking out the window and I saw this little speck fly by and I said, "Oh, look, F-15.
Huh. Just making some maneuvers here.
Yeah, this hill is a little in the way.
It's not I have an aversion for flying over hills because generally when you do it, you end up getting shot by something.
It's pretty fair. And I like the radar altitude hold, but it doesn't look ahead, so it's hard to really be completely hands off. For a
I
hill.
don't like being I don't like being 40 meters off the ground and then getting a massive pause. That gets my finger going.
Oh yeah.
I've
Big
turned
old
on my FD
clinch.
while, yeah, I've turned on my FD while I'm manoeuvring around the hills here anyway. The flight director, except neutralizes the bank hold.
Oh, okay. Coming over this next ridge, we should start being careful.
Yeah. I think what I might start doing is actually braking and have like a pop-up over and have a scout around the TV, see what the terrain's like.
I always forget there's that that scan feature with the Schwal.
Yeah, I don't use it much myself, to be honest.
I like the 104th, but sometimes the people who fly on it can be a bit thick.
Fair enough.
I've been in the KA-50 out of target area, shot down by Mavericks.
Wow.
From
friendly
A-10s.
or
Yeah, from friendly A-10s,
A-10s.
just kind of thinking, oh, it's a Russian helicopter, he must be bad.
Mind you, I can kind of see the logic there, in a way.
Yeah, but by the same notion, why the hell would a enemy KA-50 who spawns across the map make his way over here to try and defend his ground targets from A-10s that are thousands of feet higher than he can get?
That is very true.
Yeah. Alright, I see you over there.
Just going in.
Yeah, I'm just getting nice and low, nestling into the hillside here. I'll see if I can have a peek over the ridge.
Press the wrong button again. Oh, okay, I've got some smashed up units on the road. Wrong button again. Okay, I've got some smashed up units on the road. There may be some down in dead ground, but I'm not seeing much else around there. But it's still saying that this is the active kind of target area.
Ooh,
Alpha's
anymore.
clear.
Alright,
Typical.
off to waypoint 2 we go.
Absolutely.
think the hardest part about learning the KA50 is just learning how the trimmer works.
Oh, do you have it on, oh, what the hell is it called now? Center trimmer mode, or the other one?
Oh, for the rudder? No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think I have that unticked.
Got you. Odogi, turning towards waypoint 2 now.
Okie doke. 36.
Got you just off my right side, is that right?
Yep. This fog is really messing with my frame rate. Let's see
You
what
got HDR on, do you?
No. I'm sitting at a uncomfortable 30 frames per second. And I'm sure some of it's because I'm streaming, but...
Do you have VSync on by chance?
Yeah, I do. I get really bad tearing if I don't have it on.
Alright, okay. Because that really kind of limits the frames there on its own.
Yeah, on my to buy list is a new monitor, because I've got a really, really old 1080p monitor, and I would really, really like to have one of those fancy newfangled G-Sync monitors.
Okay. Is that one oh, what the hell's it called? The 128 refresh, or whatever it is.
Yeah, 144 hertz.
That's the one, yeah. 144 hertz refresh, yeah.
Yeah, but the big selling feature of that is so normally with like graphics cards and monitors, there's not a whole lot of talking between them. It's just the monitor refreshes at a set rate, and then the graphics card tries to output frames to sort of match that pace. But
Yeah.
But on this new monitor stuff, the monitor actually tells, or the GPU tells the monitor when to refresh. So screen tearing is a thing of the past.
That's quite cool.
And even at like 35, 40 FPS, you can get what feels like a steady 60 because it's not tearing and there's no stutter or lag because there's no VSync. But,
That's awesome. I mean, I've just changed. I had quite an old monitor and it stopped working, so I've changed up to a 1080 IPS monitor, which is a much nicer quality than the old one I had, because it was I'm trying to think of all the terminology here. Not TGP.
TN?
What am I thinking of? Yeah, it might have been that. But anyways, but yeah, you know, kind of like having the IPS, is, you know, you do kind of. It's almost like it's anti-aliased, you know,
Yeah.
without using anti-aliasing.
Mm-hmm. I think the other big advantage to IPS is that it's got better colors too. So
Yes, much richer.
all the color people love those.
Except setting it up and trying to get the right color balance is a real pain.
Right. Yeah. I know some come like pre-calibrated from the factory, but
Well, I went
not
from
always.
AOC, and it looked nice, and it's got some good modes to choose from, you know, like kind of different hues and textures sort of thing, but I had to kind of play about with it to get it kind of used to what my eyes are used to anyway.
yeah. So Acer just came out with a new monitor. It's 144 hertz refresh, IPS, 1440p, and G-Sync.
Is that 4K 1440p, or is
Nope,
that below 4K?
That's it's 2160 by 1440. So it's I think
Okay.
it's I know 4K is like 4 times 1080p. I think 1440 is roughly 2 times.
Okay. I'm just looking at the topography on the map here. Well, there's kind of two ways in. I suppose there's a plateau to our 1 o'clock from direction of travel just before the target area, but there is like a valley off to our 10 o'clock that leads up to the target area. You can kind of see the river going in there. So I'm just wondering if it might be kind of worth going up there to try and get a better line of sight without getting too close.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna push off to the left here and see if I can get a good line of sight on Bravo.
I have you in sight, so I will follow you. Taking off the autopilot channels and going freehand here.
Yeah, I just click on FP so that it can leave the channels on, but then you've got the FPAP just shuts them down, and you click that back off when you want the autopilot to take control.
Yeah, I just don't have that bound. I think that's my one big mistake. Is not having that bound.
Yeah. In fact, looking at this, it might be worth ducking down in this valley and having a look around that way. That's interesting. Master caution.
Were you overspeeding?
Yep, I had the IAS flashing, but it wasn't giving me the audible warning. Interesting.
Must have been right on the threshold, as it were.
Yeah. I'd allowed or I've misclicked something. Maybe I've eventually found that shut up key.
So the flight director does it sort of half the autopilot control, or how does it work?
It shuts off as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm aware, but you get like an visual cue on the HUD on where you need to kind of have the aircraft pointing in order to keep the aircraft flying the way that you want it to.
Gotcha. So I guess it kind of keeps the trim nice and proper.
That's right. So when we come round this corner here, we should be within engagement range. So I'm going to drop it down here and then carefully edge around this corner and see what there is there.
Alrighty. If we come in below the targets, it's not nearly as bad as coming in too high, so...
Yeah. Last thing I want to do is just kind of stumble onto them though and then get fucked.
I think I hear an A-10 somewhere.
Well, hopefully don't mistake us for a couple of nasty people and shoot at somebody else.
Here's hoping.
Okay, I've got you heading right down the valley now, yep.
Oh, did you want to turn left here?
Is that the target area? 03?
Yes.
I might have a pop over this ridge and see what's there, but I mean, if you want to separate out to there, that's fine. At least I won't get dead together.
Right.
We do have a fast mover in the area.
For sure.
F-15, I think, has just gone up.
Well, if we want to stay hidden from its radar, all we have to do is stay low. To the best of my knowledge, the only... Or it was a recent change, but the Flaming Cliffs radar could see the Ka-50s and other low sort of ground pounders.
Okay.
But
So
they
not
changed it so if you're low and
ground
slow, then they can't see you. So it kind of simulates ground clutter a little bit.
That's interesting. Starting to get a bit worried here. We should be right on top of them, but I can't see anything.
Yeah. Looking for explosions and the like.
Yep.
Oh, actually, it's just on the other side of the ridge to your left.
Okay.
I think we're a little too far away. We're just one ridge away, so.
Roger.
Yeah, if I just zoomed in on the Abris, then the topography revealed itself.
That's it, yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna try and nestle right in against the hillside, see if I can peek over with the Schwalb.
Spot them visually.
Yeah, it shouldn't be hard, we're so close.
Yeah, but I've got my arse hanging in the wind here, so I'm just going to back off and then pop up.
Yep, just heard that fast mover fly over.
Okay, I've got a roadblock. It looks like it's got a couple of anti-aircraft positions, possibly in some trucks there, so I'm going to hit those up with some figures.
Okie doke. So I didn't actually take rockets or gun pods, I took something completely different. I took the cluster dropper thing. I don't know what to call it.
Okay. Oh,
it's an anti-tank sort of cluster pod.
Yeah, like the KMGU or whatever.
Yeah, that's the one. But I did take Vickers, and I've got the cannon, so...
A rifle 2. So do you have Vickers as well, or not?
Yep, I do.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't be caught dead in this thing without Vickers. Then I would be dead.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so I've got the roadblock there. It looks like there's more units off to the east or north, sorry, of that position.
Okay, I'm still just ascending for the visual. I don't think I've quite come into...
Okay.
Okay. I'm on it now. Just coming to a hover.
I suppose it's a bit too far to hit that roadblock with cannons.
Let's see. 5 kilometers? Yeah, it's just a bit too far.
I've got a ZSU there, I'm going to target him first.
Okie doke. There's that
Surprised he hasn't lit me up.
column of tanks. I'm going to leave those guys.
Got a second ZSU on the move.
Yep, he's booking it.
Not far enough though, chum.
They're gonna have to keep running a long way. And bam. Alright, and just to his right, there's a column of 3 tanks. I'm gonna say hello to them.
Roger. Spotted your target.
And a rifle.
Cool. I'll start taking care of the column of 5.
Okay.
They're moving.
Yes. They're
Not allowed
running
to do that.
scared.
Have to keep remembering to let the laser cool down.
Okay, those tanks are burning.
Got four Vickers left.
Okay, are you targeting those 2 tanks right next to each other?
Negative, I've got the one to the left that's on his own.
Okay.
Rifle on that tank. You can have the other 2. Nice hit.
Thank you, sir.
Fast mover, SU-25 just to our left, he's popping flares.
Tally.
I just looked up and saw him breaking off, I was like, that. Shit.
I think I just saw missile contrails out from him. Or maybe those were flares.
There's missile contrails further off to the left, or at least it was.
I think those are just regular contrails.
Right.
Maybe.
Just searching the area, seeing if there's any other kind of baddies parked around here anyway.
Yeah.
I've not seen the all clear message yet.
No, not yet. The, well, we've got that outpost, which is still burning. That'll eventually go down. There could be more stuff just up the road.
Is it 3, the maximum range on the cannon? 3K?
I think so. Roughly.
I can't get an LA on that bunker with the cannon.
That might be worth trying the cluster munitions out on.
Whoa, fast move at close range.
Yep.
SU-25's just literally buzzed in between us.
Indeed.
I don't know if it's worth shifting, because if he decides to come around and have a pop, then we're not going to be able to do anything about it.
I think if he gets to our altitude, he's got a hill to worry about, so we should be okay.
Roger. You are quite high though. You seem to be climbing.
Oh, so I do. Let's see if I can fix that. Press that descend button. Oh, there he goes in from our 1 o'clock. Just crossing the front windscreen now.
Yep, seen him. I was looking left there and then I got popped. God, he's killing FPS. Must be those flares.
Yeah.
Didn't see any tracers or anything coming up at him though.
No, he could just be locked by Zeus, maybe.
Wait, I've spotted them. Right hand.
Okay. Oh, okay. By the lake? The small little pond there?
Yeah, we've got a whole another cluster of tanks and stuff down there.
Gotcha.
That's why I love having the helmet mount system on this as well, because I can just look at it and then slave the aircraft to it.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Okay, I've got a ZSU there. I'm going to pop a shelter into him first.
Okay. Good hit. There's another one to his left. I'll take him.
Roger. I can't see him. He's below the tree line.
Rifle. He's firing.
Okay, I've got a BMP on zone just to the right of the shell crack hill. I'll put one into him. We've got shulker fire coming up from the town to our 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Yep, I've got a visual on him.
Do you want to take that shulker?
Yeah, he was attacking the frogfoot. Let's see if I can...
I'll leave
Rifle?
this BMP. I'll have another look for targets of higher importance like shulkers.
Alright, shulker down.
Shame we can't make the greens black hot or white hot.
Yeah, it's just a TV. Seem to have gotten a little bit too high again.
Try recycling the altitude hold autopilot. Can't see anything else in the town.
I just saw a BMP die to a Maverick, and the frogfoot seems to be just going wild weasel at this point.
Yep.
I have 5 Vickers remaining.
I'm down to 2, and then I've got 2 pods full of S8, and then my cannon. This is where it would be very nice to have an RWR.
Yeah, for sure.
Just taking further down the road and the river, seeing if there's anything by the riverbed or on the road. That area all seems to be clear, but I'm sure I saw Triple Eight coming out there. Oh, and we've got number 3 coming towards us. If you check your address.
Oh, hello, 3. I think I'm gonna knock out that BMP and then go down into the valley, try and use the cluster munitions on the...
Roger that. I'll maintain position here, and I'll have a look to see if anything starts coming up here.
Roger that. This should be fun. I have no idea what I'm doing with these, so...
Basically, it drops like a bomb.
Alright, well, we'll see if I screw up.
Just on my map, press the weapon release key and wait for fireworks. But just have a bit of altitude on you before you let them go.
Yeah.
Let me know when you making your run, I'll go heads up and have a look out for you.
Alright, I'm moving in now.
Okay, go visual.
Just trying to land.
When you come off left.
Okay.
I did hit on something there.
It's not me, though. Alright, coming off left. I don't know if it even deployed. It's interesting, it's not.
There's some white bunkers down there, you just flew over them. There's some troops down there next to us as well.
Not sure how this works. Do I have to have a lock for this?
No, I think
imagine that. I
usually you
think it's
just pull
like
the trigger.
It's kind of like a rocket CCIP, right?
That's right. Just drilling some high explosive rounds at these infantry units. He's running. Run, bitch!
Well, I got the cue and pulled the trigger. Oh, and I'm getting shot at.
Tumbleweed, I don't have visual. What was it? Ground forces?
Yeah, I think it was just small caliber. I didn't see any tracer.
Okay. Are these guard towers classed as threat buildings?
I don't think so. I think the outposts are, and any infantry and that sort of thing is.
Okay. Just picking on the infantry.
Oh, I think the guard towers are shooting.
have like maybe small caliber weapons.
Maybe.
Yeah, they are shooting. The small arms coming out. I'll drill it full of high explosive, see how it feels about it.
They won't like that. That's okay, they don't
Well,
have to like it.
It's nice to share.
And you get an HE round, and you get an HE round. Like the high explosive Oprah.
Ooh, yeah. Got it smoking. It's one thing I absolutely love about the K50, the fact that it has a tank cannon strapped on the side of it.
Yeah, I think it's the same cannon that they use in the BMPs.
BMP2.
It's a beast.
It really is. I mean, hell, I'm just shy of 4 kilometers.
And it's pretty accurate all the way down.
Well, a couple of good hits on it there, but it's still not dead. It's smoking, but it's not gone. Got a fast mover overhead as well. These just looks like you've done a bomb run on that area.
How long do you usually let the laser cool for?
There's a countdown on HUD, it's about 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
But once you fire, you get a 15-second countdown.
Gotcha.
That area is really looking pacified, but I'm more worried about what's in Big Town off to the right. Bravo clear.
Alrighty, sounds good to me.
Did you want to return rearm, or do you want to press on with what we've got? Because I've got 1 Vicar left. Sorry, 2 Vicars left. 150 rounds of HE and rockets.
I reckon we should rearm.
That sounds like a good plan to me. Question is, how the hell do we get home? Alright. Oops.
Ooh. That was a big boom. That's very interesting.
What was that, sorry?
I'm trying to experiment with this cluster munition.
Alright, okay, you managed to get it to drop, did you?
Once. I think it only does once. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it like has a bomb bay that opens up now. All the cluster munitions then drop away. Right, I think I might made a boo-boo with my Abris. I don't know how to fix it.
And that would be?
I sent it to Diver to Kuntassi, and I can't figure out how to get my actual main route back.
Oh, okay. So if you go to the menu.
Yep.
And hold on, let me just make sure I don't hit this hill. Option. And then I believe if you go down to... No, sorry, from the main menu, there's a one of the third push button says plan.
Ah, yes.
And then you just select active. From the first
Look at
thing.
you. See this? Even I'm learning stuff, man. This is awesome.
The only reason I know that is because I fumbled around for about 30 minutes trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
But,
and then, okay, so is that our fob that's just next to Kantassi?
yeah, should be.
Awesome, source. Right, okay, so heading back that way then.
It goes well, Perfect. It goes well.
Hello, big boy.
Hello.
I'll form on you.
Okie doke. What's our direct heading? Ah, it's off our right.
It is.
Well,
Yep.
we'll fly this valley then. Man, I'm really glad you told me about that flight director button. I've always been curious as to what the heck it did.
Yeah. You can still trim the aircraft with it, but it neutralizes the heading hold and like directional bank holds and things like that.
That's really nice. Makes things much more controllable. At least it feels more controllable.
Yeah, definitely. I prefer it for maneuvering, but when I'm going over distance, I'll stick to using the bank holds. Okay, so I'm in formation off your left.
Okie doke. My head's down at the moment. I'm trying to just...
Roger that. You've actually got a bit of tail damage. It's like you've got a couple of panels missing on the left and some small arms damage across the tail.
Yeah, that would be consistent with what I heard, so... I might ask for a repair when we're touched down.
I might have to do a visual check on the left undercarriage when that goes down as well, because it looks like the damage is quite close to that.
Yeah. Is there a speed limit for the gear?
I honestly don't think so.
Well, I'll throw it down.
Nah, you all look good. Tires look up.
Alright. Sounds good to me. Looks like the A-10s are already well on their way to checkpoint Charlie.
Yeah. Well, hopefully by the time we get back, Delta should just be ready.
I like this guy's name. Flood mode is best mode. We're at the point where we're getting some really interesting usernames in DCS.
I suppose it is good because, you know, it brings more kind of individuals into the game as well.
Yeah, what was that guy's name? One Crap Pilot?
Earlier on, yeah.
That's
At least
pretty-
he's honest.
Yeah. We're really quite a ways up, aren't we? What are we sitting at? Just above a kilometer up. We got into nice foothills over here.
Yep.
Alright, turn off the flight director. Put in that route autopilot.
And let it fly you into the side of the hill.
Yeah, let's not do that.
You started by banking right quite a lot because I was like,
You might want to watch out. Let's see. See if we can bank the other direction. I see. If I don't have the waypoint one on, actually then the airfield should be. that's not correct though. I don't know. If you on the nav keypad, if you have nothing selected, if you just trim, it'll hold that with the
Okay, so it's just like a heading hold.
yeah. And I guess that's how it finds its heading. So you just select it with the trimmer, more or less.
I'm in close on your right.
Ah, looking good. You didn't take any fire, did you?
Negative, no, I was camping.
That's the best way to do it, though. It's
Yeah.
a lot smarter than what I was doing. I just wanted to see if I could get the cluster munitions to work, and they did, and they just didn't release when I wanted them to.
Oh well, at least now we know for next time.
Yeah, I think next time I'll just take rockets, though. They seem to be much more effective.
Is it those UB-13s, they're like the size of a truck?
Oh, the big single rockets?
That's the S-25. It's the one that's got like six. I think it's 6 rockets in a pod.
Oh, yeah. It's called like S-13 or something like that.
Yeah, that's the one I think. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the big ones. I don't know. I've found that if you're accurate enough with the, what do you have, the S8 comms, the KOMs?
S8 com, yeah. The
Yeah.
armored piercing version.
Those are generally pretty good. And then the S8, I think the OFP is the HE fragmentation ones.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. So,
The ones that you don't want to take are TSM.
those are the smoke ones, right?
Yeah. That's I call them the disappointment. I'm gonna kill this guy. No, you're just gonna make him have a cough.
You, emphysema. It's almost as good as killing you, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Alright, I'm going to turn off my altitude hold and slowly start descending. About
Cool.
2 meters per second.
That sounds safe.
You can really see the fog now. We
It's the front
were
there.
up and out of it, weren't we?
Now like a bit of early morning mist.
Except it's, I don't know, I can't read the clock. It's 6:30.
I'd then take my eyes off you, to be honest.
In the morning. I guess it is early morning.
Really start to feel like singing a song. I can't take my eyes off it.
It felt too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. What's that? 4 Seasons?
I think so, yeah. Now we've got number 3 doing laps behind us there as well. He's following us.
Ah. So he is.
I've just seen him pass below us before.
Now when we land, do you want to land back at the front, land at the airfield?
Whatever's easier, to be honest. Whatever's closer.
I think they're pretty much right next to each other.
I suppose the airfield's easy. Nice big target to aim for.
Yeah. Can't figure out these cluster munitions. I wonder if there's more than just the 2. Let's find out. Indiscriminate civilian bombing. Oh, there it
Whoa,
goes.
there they go.
Oh
All your
boy.
frames are belonging to us.
So you really got to hold the trigger, huh?
Yeah. I think it's to do with a Russian launch order. Ooh, there we go, some more. Crikey, it's like confetti. Is someone getting married? Ooh, there we go. There's a slowdown.
Nice and laggy. Indiscriminate civilian bombing.
It's nice to share.
I'm probably getting fired, aren't I?
El Robocop has just made a kill.
El Robocop. the Spanish Robocop. Oh gosh. Alright, put on that flight director again. See if we can maneuver our way down.
Yeah, I was just nearly sitting in your cockpit there.
Oh, we don't want to have another one of those lag crashes again.
I'll start getting some separation.
Yeah. Man, the frames, they're so low.
The lower the frames, the higher you want to be.
True.
It's on our... No, that's not our airfield off to 9 o'clock.
No. I don't even think that is. Is it?
I think it's just a municipal. It's not got any identification or markers.
Yeah, that's yeah, that's a municipal airfield. Though there is an IL-78 sitting on the ramp. And I'm pretty sure I see somebody trying to land on it.
Yep, there is definitely something on the runway.
Well, whoever they are, they fucked up. Because that's not a real airfield.
Yeah. Navigation fail.
And he's in flames. I feel like that was
drove
our
off
number
the
3.
runway.
Unless that wasn't even a helicopter.
I think it was a plane the way it landed. I might be wrong.
Alright, slowly begin trimming back. You're a very good formation flyer.
Thanks, buddy. It's just something I've always enjoyed. Being close to people.
Until it kills them.
What was that? DCS lag? Woo!
Whee! Oh, there's a couple fireballs off our 3 o'clock.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've got a contrail or something overhead that's just disappeared.
Why am I getting the sinking feeling that we're suddenly being targeted by an F-15?
I mean, we could go low and dirty. That contrail is turning towards us. Fuck it. Time to get low.
In the mud.
And all my frames start disappearing. So.
You liked your frame rate? Too bad.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's like I'm running with the mirrors on. This fog is just killer.
Yeah, the only problem is you need to go to the specials menu to turn them off, which is something I can never really be asked to do.
I didn't even know the K-50 had a rearward viewing mirror until I turned the mirrors option on, just on a whim.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. They're just like two bricks, periscopes.
Ooh, pausey. Doesn't help there's a Rockwell B1 on the frickin' taxiway, like.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, just off to my 3, just past him.
So there is.
Now that would be an interesting aircraft to fly in the future.
Yeah. People are
Wow.
always thinking about like SR-71 DCS. I'm just like, no, it's too fast. You
No.
cover the map in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Right,
You spend 90% of your time taking off and then refueling, and then that's it, it'd be out of the map.
Yeah. And B1's a good looking aircraft.
It is. God, my frame rate's dying here, like, they really are. It's like trying to land a slideshow.
Yeah. Except it kills you if you fuck up.
Yeah, I'm worried about him. Well, I don't want to fuck him up. Nah, he's knocked off anyways. He saw me there, like, hovering on top of him, he's like, no, I'm not having that.
I just don't want to land on top of the B1. I think I'm clear.
Oh, Jesus, this is getting jerky as shit. Right, I'm down safe anyway, but I don't know how.
I'll chalk it up to voodoo magic.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Interestingly, I just had a look at my fuel. I was down to, is it pounds? 2,000 pounds? Oh no, kilograms.
Yeah, it's got to be in kilograms.
Yeah, it's in kilos.
Not quite master caution. Yep, we've officially reached 1920s film frame rate. Oh god.
You might want to get off the taxiway.
Yeah, there's a B1.
I guess that's the B1 they're sending to recce the area.
Can we come along? You don't even have to model the cockpit, I just want to fly in the plane. Okay. Master arm is safe. And suddenly things are very loud.
There's an intercom switch, you know where the turbo gear left engine brake start thing is?
Yep.
Just below that you've got a rotator knob, the right hand setting is ground control.
Oh, okay. Well, now I don't even have to open the door.
Oh, there goes the bone. It's funny, I did a an air show at RAF Cottesmore back in 2001, and I had a B1 there doing a display, and he sat off the end of the runway,
Request
put his brakes on
refueling.
and went to full afterburner.
Request
There
rounding.
was loads of people in a farmer's field, literally maybe 50 to 75 meters behind the apron of the runway, and every single one of them got freaking tumbleweeded.
Yeah. 4 really big engines. Though it's not a particularly fast aircraft, is it? I don't even think it's capable of supersonic.
Say again, sorry.
The B1? It's not capable of supersonic, is it?
I believe it is. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it could go above the Mach.
Hmm. I was watching a Discovery Channel documentary, those old Wings documentaries.
Yeah, I used to love Wings.
Refueling complete.
On the B1, and I think it was saying that in order to optimize the fuel economy and the range, they took out the afterburner on the initial models, but I guess the later model figured it out and put it back in.
Well, I suppose once you've dropped a nuke, you really need to run away as fast as you possibly can.
That's true. Let's see how
Bitch and Betty still doesn't
Refueling complete.
Must have pissed her off.
Okay. I am rearmed and refueled. We're ready for action.
I'm just waiting on a rearming. The fuel's in the tank. And there we go, that's the missiles in the pod, or at least the left-hand pod. Wait, sorry, right-hand pod waiting on the left. And that's me good to go. So waypoint 3 is our next objective, isn't it?
Let's check. No, because 3 would be Bravo, and we just cleared Charlie.
Waypoint 4, yeah, it's Charlie.
So it'd be, we're on flight plan 4.
Yeah.
But,
Yep.
waypoint 3? Is it? Shit. No, we're
It's
on
4.
Okay, 4.
Yeah, we're aiming for 4.
Okay, and that is 64 kilometers away.
Only a short drive.
I think, are we on Charlie yet? No, we cleared
Yep.
Charlie.
Yeah. I'm all confused.
Me too. So 4 is Charlie, but keypad waypoint 3 is Charlie. Okay, so those numbers match up.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll figure it out along the way. Ready for takeoff.
Absolutely. Just don't go full power, otherwise you'll probably tilt backwards and kill yourself.
That's the fun bit.
Ooh, you fucker. It's when you hit trim, but then you don't center the stick and you're trying to correct the aircraft's flight.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, no, I'm not going to let you do that, I'm not going to let you do that. Then when you do center the stick, then the aircraft's all over the fucking place. Climb, you bitch. That's a really ugly takeoff. There we go. That's the trim sorted.
Gear's still down.
Yeah, I wanted to keep it down while the aircraft was all over the place, just in case.
Oh yeah.
Because if she decides that she wants to slam herself into the ground, I'd much rather have something there protecting my ass.
Rather than obliging her.
Okie dokie, so making a turn to the right.
Yep. What do you generally shoot for in terms of cruising speed?
Probably about 270, I find is safe. VMAX is normally about 300. But then again, it is all dependent on weather and altitude. So.
True that. Just can't wait until we get our frame rate back.
Yeah, start moving away from the airfield, it should get better. It's this fog as well.
Even just the basic clouds are pretty killer sometimes.
Well, hopefully with DCS 2, it'll start cleaning all that type of stuff up.
Yeah, DirectX 9 is pretty terrible.
I'm going to start a shallow climb here,
Okay.
just to try and get out of this fog, see if that improves frames a bit. But
I'll follow you up.
speed's about 250, climbing at about 2 or 3 meters a second.
Roger. I still see 3 all the way over where we left him. I'm not sure he ever made it back.
I wonder if he crashed. He looked stationary.
Could be.
Maybe we should go over and offer him a ride.
Here, buddy, come sit on my lap.
I actually think he is moving, just very slowly. His icon's just across the river. It could be like a ghost.
That's true. That's what I'm thinking.
So if he disconnected or crashed there, because that's the last signal source from him, you know.
Yeah, there's no other
K50s.
K50s, it says, so. Definitely a ghost.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Here lies number 3.
Rest in peace, number 3. You'll be missed. Sorely missed. It's a good thing it's warm, or else we'd have to turn on our anti-ice in this fog.
Yeah, although that does cut down the power on the engines quite significantly too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can see one of the mirrors. I guess you're back and right.
Yeah. I'm after 5 o'clock, more or less.
Alright.
I've got you right in the front windscreen.
Just don't sneeze and pull the trigger.
I'll try not to. Cannon armed.
Bore-sighted.
It's a shame the cannon can't go past the nose.
Yeah.
Where's that button? Air-to-air target.
You could just leave it to your helmet-mounted display.
That's true. Oh.
Look and shoot.
Have you ever engaged an airborne target in the KA-50?
I have actually. I've shot down an A-10 before.
Really?
It is quite intuitive how the airborne target hold works. It you know, compensates quite well.
And is that for the cannon or just Vicar?
Cannon. It works for Vicar as well, but it's yeah, the missile's not really kind of capable of it.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's not built to pull much in the ways of G. really like the Vickers, how they sort of spiral in.
Yeah, beam riding. What used to be really interesting though, and kind of prior to, well, that last thing, what patch it would have been. So just before kind of what aircraft was it now? But you used to be able to pop as many Vickers off as you liked at once. But now you can only ever pop off one, and then it goes into like a cooldown override.
I thought you could do 2 at once.
Right,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure
Maybe
you could used to do.
being thick.
I don't know. I've never done it. I've only ever do one at a time. But
Well, it used to be.
I
that
read
you
somewhere
needed-
that you could do at least 2 for the double
With,
taps on the harder tanks.
With Flaming Cliffs 2, when that came along, it to be 2 Vickers to kill a tank. You know, one would make it smoke, the second would kill it.
Mhm.
But no, they seem pretty efficient at killing it with just one. So we've got 36 kilometers to go.
Not terribly far.
ETA's at 1804.
Roughly 8.5 minutes.
Yeah. Stick the autopilot on and go have a coffee.
Yeah. Actually, so the clock is now about 6 p.m. So yeah, it's 1800 is 6 p.m.
Okay. What's your Twitch channel, by the way?
Here, I'll put it in the chat there. bfells3. Unfortunately, Bry Guy was taken, so I had to be creative.
bfells3 being playing DCS World 3.
Yes.
So you got another subscriber, buddy.
Awesome, thank you. You will pop up shortly then.
Yeah. Just watching silly adverts at the moment. So can you monetize on Twitch?
Yeah, if you have a large enough viewer count consistently, you can, well, there's a couple things. You get follows until you can get subscribers. So follows on Twitch is like a subscription on YouTube, where you just sort of get notified when they're online,
Okay.
that sort of thing. But subscriptions on Twitch are like the traditional sort of magazine sense of a subscription, where you pay, I think it's $4.99 US, $2.99 quid, and then it can either be monthly recurring, or you can just do it for a month on, month off, that sort of thing. And then a lot of Twitch streamers also have donations stuff set up. So like if, say you want to support them, but you can only afford a couple dollars and you don't want to deal with the monthly subscription, you can send them a couple bucks on PayPal and say,
Okay.
hey, I like what you do. And at least with the bigger name streamers, like the people that get like 10, 20,000 views daily, or viewers on any given day, they tend to have it set up so that when you donate, you can put a message on, and then it pops up on their stream, so it's a good way to interact and cut through the noise of 20,000 people in a Twitch chat.
Yeah. That's very cool. So,
We're gonna have to turn before we hit this mountain.
Yeah, I was just thinking actually, I was looking, I might need to extend off to the left and try and get everything onto waypoint 4.
I'm on your tail, as it were.
Making a left-hand turn. Yeah, except I suppose that's the easy thing with YouTube. I mean, once you've kind of started monetizing it, you know, it does it all for you, really.
Yeah, though I still haven't gotten my check from YouTube. I wonder if I ever will.
Alright, okay. I've had 3 checks from AdSense now.
I only just set it up about a month ago, so I don't know if
Well,
it
what
takes a while
happens
to
is they calculate on the 15th of the month, and then you normally get the check on around the 1st of the month. But your PCM has to be above a certain amount, or like your monthly earning has to be above, for us it's £60. So if my monthly earnings below £60, it will carry over to the next month. Then once it's above £60, that's when they'll send out a check.
Gotcha. Well, I think I have that all set up. I just need to maybe have a chat with the folks at YouTube. So I've got all my content monetized.
Okay, that's cool.
But I don't know. Figure it out some other time, I suppose.
Yeah. I'm just kind of making love as I go along.
Isn't that what we all do?
I guess so.
You just tucking into this valley here?
Yeah, and then hopefully when we pop out, have some kind of visual on the target area.
Okay.
Although staying out there, looking at the topography zoomed in. Oops. IES warning. There we go. If I pop up over this valley, there's another ridge line just on the other side that actually faces the target area. So it might be a good way to get a good safe view if I can get my nose up over this ridge. Yeah, there's the other ridge face, and then if I can get flush with that, pop up over, then I should be able to view whatever's at waypoint 4.
Sounds like a plan. This flight director is really nice. It's almost like flying a traditional aircraft instead of fighting the trimmer all the time.
Struggling with the autopilot.
Yeah. It's kind of like fly-by-wire. It feels like the Flickus on the F-16.
Okay. So do you have any kind of flight experience yourself, do you, or are you just into Sims?
Just into Sims. I'm actually not a big fan of real-life flying, as it were.
Okay.
Though I do have an appreciation for aircraft.
I take it flying just doesn't agree with you.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I went to the Smithsonian in Washington, where they have all the awesome planes, the Air and Space Museum and all that.
Yeah.
So I got to stand next to the SR-71 and the Space Shuttle and a ME-109 and an ME-262 and everything from the Concorde to the Sabre to MiG-15s are in that hangar. It's just something awesome.
That's really cool. We've got a place over here called Duxford Museum.
Yep.
And they've got some really lovely aircraft in there. They've got a SR-71. They've got like an American war hangar which has got like B-17s, P-47s, P-51s. It's quite cool.
Isn't that where the fighter collection is out of?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that sounds like they're associated with DCS, right?
Yeah. I'm good friends with Groove. Mateus, he's the community guy for DCS. You know, community manager or whatever they call him.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he took us all up to Duxford when we all had like a Landu type thing a few years ago. So he was part of the 504 before we all split up.
Lower gear.
And
Lower
yeah,
gear.
it really is quite cool, some of the stuff we got there.
Auto hover's not engaging.
Okay. Is your FD on or off?
It's off.
Okay.
Oh, I think I just had to be a little bit higher. There she goes.
I'm having real trouble getting this thing to climb up. Oh, that's why I had my altitude lock on. You divot.
I feel like you're right next to me, but I can't quite find you.
I'm just to your right, maybe about 50 meters, 100 meters.
Oh, okay. So, if we look ahead and you see where the power lines sort of go along the valley edge.
Yeah, there's another
I
crest
feel like
just in
that's
front of me.
right.
I can't see past that. So.
Yeah, I feel like we should move up to that crest.
Yeah, just on the other side of that crest is the target zone.
Yep, so we'll push up to that then. See what we can make out.
Lower gear.
Shut up, Betty. I'm not putting my gear
Lower
down.
gear.
Well, you are leaving a lovely dust trail behind your helicopter.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Might be a bit low.
Snake shit's a bit low.
I wonder why they call it the Shark. Could be called anything else, but I don't imagine attack helicopters as sharks.
Well, I mean, the NATO designation is hokum.
I don't even know if that's a real word.
That is a very good point. Ooh, spotted. Lots of target-y things.
Okie doke, I think this Ridge and I are gonna get real intimate real quick.
Time to get friendly.